All right, what's going on? This is Mike with the Mike's Auto Detailing. Today we're going to be talking about the MJJC foam cannon version 3. This foam cannon was sent to me from MJJC to review. So I'm going to open it up, take a look at it. I'm going to do some comparisons with the version 2 to see what is different and what is similar. So let's open up and take a look. So inside, similar to the version 2, you have the canister, the top, and the tube with the weight, and the 1.1 millimeter orifice, because the orifice in there comes with the 1.25, which is pretty cool. So just like the version 2, the version 3 is built pretty stout up top. Oh yes, so you can turn vertical and horizontal, just like the version 2 as well. As you can tell, you can go horizontal and vertical, and instead of stopping, you can just go all the way around, looks like, because on the other one I think you had to stop and it turned. This is cool. I like that. So let's see what this is. Okay, it's the see-through canister. It is plastic. It is not as strong as the version 2. This one you can push in and make little indentions on there, so it's not as strong as the version 2, because version 2 is a lot stronger. Can't really make indentions on that one, but I do like to see through. It is pretty cool. And I believe this one is 1,000 milliliters, and this one I believe is also 1,000 milliliters as well. Let me see. Yes, it is. They're both 1,000 milliliters. So what I'm gonna do is open this up. And the tube on this one's a little bit longer because of the canister being a lot longer than the version 2. And it's cool that they made the hose blue. And just like the other one, the weight will fall with it. And the filter on there, I think it's a little bit different too. Let me see. So the filter on the ball looks slightly different. The version 2 looks a little bit better. Actually, the version 3 is a little bit bigger. It's more of an oval shape, and the version 2 is round. The version 3 is an oval shape. If you guys can take a look at that, you can see that. On the version 2, you're able to screw these onto a 16-ounce bottle, where on the version 3s, you cannot screw these onto a 16-ounce bottle, where on the version 2s you could. So they had an adapter, or you were able to screw these onto a 16-ounce bottle and go straight out, right out of a bottle, where on the version 3s you cannot. On the version 3s, the top is slightly smaller than the version 2. It's still wide enough, in my opinion, to put solution in there. I do like the plastic on plastic, so it won't strip. I don't like brass to plastic. That's where you get a lot of stripping going on. The interior, the orifice, which sits just inside the orifice, is 1.25, which is what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna swap that out right now, because I use an electric pressure washer, and for the ultimate foam, you want the 1.1 millimeter. So I'm just gonna take that out. This is the 1.1 millimeter. I'm just gonna put that in there. So the 1.1 millimeter is in there. And then what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna take the pin out, and you can service the insides. There's a filter in here that makes your foam in there. You do want to clean that out every once in a while. Mine is still pretty clean. I do clean mine out about every 6 months. I'll take it out, clean it, make sure it's still clean. And then you want to check that ring right here. There's a ring there and a ring here. And this is where you get all your foam actions from that filter in there. So I want to make sure that stays pretty clean. Just slide this back on. And then you just put this pin back in. If you're not getting a lot of foam and you think there's something going on, maybe you got some dirt or something in there, just open up, clean it out. It's pretty simple to do. All you gotta do is just pull that pin. See, I just use a little, thing. This one here is being a little stubborn. Didn't want to come out, but it could be just because it's so new. Doesn't want to come out. But you should just be able to push that pin out, and it doesn't want to come out. This one doesn't. But I know the internals on both of these are the same. There it goes. Got that one to come out now. So when I pull this one out, so you can see the internals on these ones are exactly the same when you look at that, they're identical. So there's a filter in there. You just want to keep that filter fairly clean, because if there's any debris that comes in that gets past this ball through the tube, and it will come through here, and once it comes out here and it hits that filter, if that filter gets any type of a plug, which makes your foam as it comes out, if any that gets plugged, it's not really going to make your foam that you're looking for, and you will be disappointed. So that's one thing to look for when you're if you're not getting the foaming action that you want. So also the one thing they had sent was the MJJC soap, which is snow foam shampoo for the foam cannon and foam guns. It's super soft and a refreshing aroma. It's pH neutral, contains crude palm oil. Wow, that's thick, super thick.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
That's pretty good. Look at that, how thick that is. It's super thick. I can open up my hand, it's barely falling off. That's super thick.
Now, the thickness of the soap, is it the soap? Is it the gun? A combination of both?
It's a combination of both. You can see like that soap's not even running down. It's so thick. Well, a little bit running there because it's kind of heavy, but you can see it's just sitting there.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing. But it's so heavy, it's just now starting to run a little bit. That's some good stuff there. When I first dumped it in there, it was kind of, it was liquidy. And I was like, man, I didn't think it was gonna produce this foam. I'm like, holy cow. When I first sprayed it, I'm like, what the? It was out thick. I was surprised how thick that was when it came out. I was on the surprise side because I didn't think it was gonna do this, but that's one reason why I changed that orifice out. You will get the thickest foam with this orifice with the electric pressure washers. And just gonna clean, I just run a little bit of water through there. That's how I keep my filters clean. Just run a little water through there. That's it. So my stuff's emptied out. Run some water through there. Make sure it stays clean. All right. Now it's time to wash. Man, that's a lot of freaking foam on there. Look at that foam. It's so thick, it barely even comes off my hand. It's so thick. That's that MJJC soap that they sent me. It's super, super thick. And I was totally surprised that this produced, because it was really liquidy when I dumped it in there. And I was really shocked how good this produced this thick of a foam. It's really, really impressive how thick this is.
So, Mike, for people that don't know, those new detailers.
Yes, sir.
Why is it good that it's thick?
You get a lot of lubricity, so you can get a lot of avoiding the scratches and stuff, marring or anything like that, especially when, like on this car here, I like to wash and clay at the same time. So while I'm claying here, I can avoid a lot of marring while I'm claying the car. I see some bird poop here in the front, so when I come along to clean all that up, I'm gonna avoid the marring. I mean, I'll get a little bit, but I won't get as much because that lubricity is gonna help out. All right, so I'm back again with the final thoughts on the version 3 of the MJJC foam cannon. The pros on it, in my opinion, is the top part here is built exactly the same as the version 2. I absolutely love the top part because that's where you get that super thick foam. As you can see, when we shot that, the foam came out super thick. And the other part I do like is they kept this exactly the same, the flexible tube, no matter how you turn this thing around, the way the ball is there. I absolutely love that. Two things I don't really like about it is the fitting up top. When you put this in, has a slight chance to where you could strip this out. It's possible. I'm not saying you will, but it's just basically a slide in piece. If it's not in straight, could you strip it? Yes, you could. But if you're careful, you're good. Where this one here, it's screwed in and it's threaded. Also, this one here, you can put this onto a 16-ounce bottle, where this one you cannot. This one is a big opening. I prefer the bigger one. It's okay. I like it. It's still good. I didn't make a mess, which is a good thing. The canister, you can kind of squeeze it in a little bit, where the other one you cannot. That's another kind of a con for me. But I do like it though. I do like it because of this top piece is what you're using mainly. The soap itself, super liquidy. You do have to use 100 milliliters for every 10,000 or for every 1,000 milliliters. So it's basically a 10-to-1 ratio. It was super liquidy. So when I first dumped it in, I was like, wow, this ain't gonna work. But man, as soon as I sprayed that out, that was some super thick soap. I was super impressed. Lots of lubrication. I was super impressed. And it was thick. It stuck to my hand. And I was super impressed with that soap. So it's pH neutral. It smelled really good. It does have that that crude palm oil smell, whatever. And it actually was pretty good smell to it. So I did like it. So if I were to have one of the two, I'd rather have the 2.0. But if you're doing a color coordination between, if you had the blue hose and everything else blue, this is a good setup as well. I just wish the container itself was a little more stout. It's still pretty good, stands up by itself. It won't fall over. But that's about it. Any comments or anything, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. If you guys prefer the 2.0 or the 3.0, let me know in the comments down below. Thanks guys for watching.